Look, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Davin, look at it through the camera, please. And then it just like shut it off. What the?
Now imagine yourself looking at an airplane at night, observing an airplane, and it actually is a UFO. It's not an airplane, right? Now this is what happened here, right? I don't know what that is, folks. That looks like a portal to me. That looks like a massive alien portal, something that is opening and closing. And when it does close, it actually looks like Nibiru, you know, a winged object in the sky. Now, this is very freaky because this week we got from a subscriber. We're gonna leave the link under the description, okay, so you can access. But this is a very interesting video, folks. We have the destroyer over there, whatever people are calling Planet X Nibiru. You have it right over there. Now, before you say this is a lens flare, right? Because a lot of people are gonna say that in an airplane window you have a double shield, and that's going to cause illusion, right? But not the case. You have clearly, you can see the reflection of Nibiru on the plane's wing. So this is when it gets freaky, and I felt I should warn everyone in the world. Look at that, you have the sun and Nibiru on the plane's wing, the reflection of the objects. This is no lens flare, folks. This is creepy as heck. Now take a look at this. You have at the same time it's up there, and it's the you can see the reflection on the wing. How creepy is that? How scary is that, folks? So it just keeps getting better and better. You know, a lot of people don't believe in Nibiru. I myself have my doubts. But come on, what the heck, folks? A reflection on the wings plane. If that is an illusion, then congratulations to whatever happened here, you know, but I don't think it is the case. I don't think this is the case. And we also have Brazilian politicians talking about Nibiru. I don't know if you've seen our latest video on Angelina Jolie, but Nibiru. So a lot of people have been seeing it, talking about it, and it's been quite a discussion. I don't know if you believe in it. Like I said, I myself am, you know, I'm skeptical sometimes about it. So you know, leave a comment what you think about this topic. You know, was it always there? For example, why doesn't it mess with our gravity? Is gravity a lie? Is NASA lying to us? You know, look at that reflection, folks. Look at that reflection, folks. That's scary. It's there, right? It's there, it's undeniable. So don't shut this video down yet, right? We have for you in a couple of seconds, we're gonna show you videos coming in from other subscribers of anomalies happening around the world. And these are all, to my opinion, if this is real, if we have two suns out there, for some reason it's affecting the weather, and it would explain, it would really help explain why the heck the weather isn't normal at all. If you try to follow your weather app, you're gonna get all messed up. You're gonna follow the weather map, like tomorrow it says it's gonna rain, it's not gonna rain. And if it rains tomorrow, it's gonna rain in the entire country. That's weird and that's wicked. You know, that never happened before, right? Like for example, here we have Nibiru being taped on live news. This is CBS, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but there you go, folks. On the sun's to the sun left, you can clearly see it there, right? And this may be the cause of massive weather anomalies and weather cloud formation, and you know, right now people are talking about clouds that never seen before now being inserted in the encyclopedia, being taught to kids, you know, like chemtrails and HARP, right? But chemtrails and HARP are used to actually detain these massive hurricanes that head towards the countries and the continents. I believe in our part to control the weather before it gets too crazy. Because if Nibiru is real, it all will get too crazy in terms of weather, and that's when the movie Geostorm comes in, right? They've been planning this all along. They have a solution for, or at least not a solution, but they have some sort of plan B if they can't contain the ridiculous weather patterns that Nibiru is going to cause. Now, I know that a lot of people are worried about it, but again, I tell you, it hasn't affected gravity yet. This is one of the things, it makes me question, not flat Earth, but, things that, NASA been lying to us all along. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, share, and I'll see you again.
There it is right there. The world on high, unveiled. That's what it is. Right behind the sun the whole time. So I'm focusing in on my dogs, focusing on my birds to let you know there's some real footage, focusing on my other birds, and then back to the sky. And what you see is the sun don't have a shadow, fool. It don't have a shadow. That's the world on high. That is the what they call Planet X, Nibiru, the New Jerusalem, Wormwood, you name it. You know exactly what it is. Oh, I ain't done yet, because now this is my night vision camera, and this is what I'm seeing in my night vision camera. No, there is no new lens flare at night. That's a planet that you're seeing right next to the moon, and this is the new world. This is the world on high being unveiled. When you see the world on high being unveiled, you are in the end time. I'm shaking the camera to let you know that is no way possible. That's a news flare. Waving my hand in front of it, you can see my red light flashing it. There's 2 planets, and you see this thing is rotating around the moon. This is the moon, so it's planets by the moon, and it's a planet behind the sun. As you can look closely, you can see 2 planets in there, one more vivid and one more and look how large this is. They're all coming down, and you have reached the end, and I don't know how you guys keep playing about in this world, trying to get fame, trying to get money, trying to get this, trying to get that. See, it moved right into there. So if you look close, it's moving. It moved into it, so it moved out of view right there. After a while, you can see it. It's right next. It's right in the moon now, like moving across the moon, right in front of it. I'm still not done. See right there? Now let's darken it. You know what you see? Planets, and you see it's something that's out of this universe. It's moving. It's not like this universe. It's straight out of a flick that you can't describe it. This is coming near, and like the Bible said, men's heart will fail them, and then like the Quran said, the hearts is going to come right up to the throat and choke them when they figure out what the heck is going on. When they actually see it, mass suicide. That's what's going to happen, and mass hysteria, crashes, food shortages, I quit work, all of it. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting the government tell you what that is, as if another man know what that is. Except for God, he knows what that is, because he's the one who creates everything. So if you're looking at one sun over here and another sun in that, this an aurora too? Huh? That's an aurora? Is that one? It's clearly one planet far away and another planet far away. What about over there? The sun is making a reflection over there, down there. See, it's one sun, 2 suns. Actually take the time to look at your sunset. Notice that your sun is in the wrong place. Notice that your time is up, fool, and these people is playing around. Don't you know what's getting ready to go down? We getting ready to go through World War III right now. Armageddon is going down. They all over there in the position, just like the Bible said, just like all of the books say. Gog and Magog war, Armageddon, whatever you want to call it. It is going down, and you see these planets, you see everything, and you still continuing to sin as if you don't see it. You're going to hell. Just like I said, for no forgery, most of this is my backyard. It's film. You know what that is in it? That's red iron oxide. That's coming from that planet that's coming down. That planet is hell, and it's right there. You can see it. And then you know what this is? This is a ship a spaceship that's coming right out of the sky, right over my backyard, and see if something's gonna shoot out of the middle of it. You know, that's not from here, and we know it ain't from here, and there's more. Here's another day. When you want to see it, you can see it. When you want to see it, you can see it. You see that dark line? That the sun don't make dark lines behind itself. That is another planet behind there. When you want to see it, you know, and this is darkened up. You can see it. You see those chemtrails? You see those ain't clouds. That is how much efforts and money that these governments is using. That's why they're going belly up, collapsing. That's why the stock market and everything is going down. They're spending trillions and trillions of dollars to try to hide God, try to hide his planets, to try to hide the truth, you know. And then let's go into a space, see every view, every angle, so there is no denial about it. You know what it is. And yeah, I know what's coming with next. Did the cracker say it? Did the white man say it? Did the white man tell us? I mean, come on, you guys are so in y'all wild intoxication of crime and sin in this world and investing in things that are fruitless. You know, you ain't gonna get anything in the hereafter but hellfire. You know, what good is to gain the whole world and lose your soul? Yeah, the white man said it, and I'm gonna let you hear him say it.
But today, scientists from the California Institute of Technology have announced that they finally have solid evidence for a Planet X, a true ninth planet on the edge of our solar system.
Is believed to be far beyond the orbit of Pluto, roughly the size of Neptune, with a mass 10 times that of...
Why? It seemed like there might be something with gravity pulling on them, but nobody quite understood. And finally, these scientists that you talked about took a really hard look at it, did simulations, calculations, and they came up with the explanation. It probably is this giant planet.
I think I read somewhere it orbits the sun every 10,000 to 20,000 years.
Right.
Is that why no one has seen it to this point?
No, that's not why. It's because it's so dim. It's so far away that even though it's big, it's very, very dim, and it'll be very tough to spot with a telescope.
This world and these people is killing me to how dumb they are. It's red iron oxide. The Quran says when the sky turns red like ointment and the world on high is unveiled, and it is. Then draweth, then comes the end, then comes the war. It's all going down. You know they over there in Syria, all of Armageddon, all the nations, and you know they getting ready to fight against Israel, and not only Israel but Americans as well. You know the bombs is coming over here. You know what's happening. You know you see what's going on. You know this red iron oxide, all these what they call diabetes and all that is increasing, and heart attacks and strokes and all that. That is what this called. Look up iron oxide. Look up the effects of iron oxide. You know why they trying to say it's a medical condition because of the food that you're eating, bad, poor diet, and lack of exercise. No, look at the extent that the devil is hiding the end. Because if you knew it was the end, and I do mean the end, we only have like, if we got days left, and I do mean that. If we got days left, we're doing good. You know, and I can't warn people. And like I said, when you try to warn people, they say, "Oh, it's a hoax. This is all a hoax. We making this up. I make the sky red like this. I'm making those planets come. I'm making moons appear in the night." No, I ain't doing that. You know that this never existed before, and you know your end is nigh. In this video right here, this is the effects of this planet drawing near. It has what do you call that? Magnetic field, and as it draws near, the magnetic field, wham, there you go. The magnetic field is pulling. See, the cars is metal. The people ain't. Now watch. When they in the magnetic field, look at on the other side of the street too. They just in that little area. If the magnetic field pull hard right there, bam, there you go. You know, and people have no idea what's going down. What's going down is when that magnetic field hit Earth, earthquakes, everything gonna go down at one time, and it's gonna go down fast, and it's gonna go down hard. And I'm preparing for it. You know, we preparing for it. Bomb shelter, food, water, different electricity like solar and wind power, and everything that we can do. Stocking up food, and what you doing? What you doing? That's the case. This is a warning going out for the people. You know. A lion awaits in the thicket, like it says. The Gentile destroyer has arrived. What is Gentile destroyer? It's a Gentile destroyer to destroy Pegawis Caucasians. They were meant to be destroyed. Read your Bible and type in Google search the Gentile destroyer. Put Bible and Gentile destroyer and you'll find it. But anyway, so like I said, our time is nigh, and hopefully you heed this warning and get you and your family together. It's going down. It ain't going to be, Donald Trump is not going to be president. All this shit is going to end before Donald Trump is going to end, and I'm warning. This is my last warning, and hopefully, I don't warn no more because we ain't got no time. We out of time. So I would advise you and your family to get ready and prepare to meet God. For you and your entire family to prepare to meet God. That's it. You have been warned.
U.S. scientist confirms Russian fears of a new planet and warns will soon affect the Earth. A new appendix added earlier today to the massive Aerospace Defense Forces report relating to the mysterious new planet confirmed to be the outer reaches of our solar system says that an American scientist has confirmed many of its findings and further states that our Earth is now under direct threat as this celestial body could begin to harm our Earth this month. As previously reported, mysterious planet ejected from black hole at center of galaxy warned could soon impact Earth. The ADF has become increasingly alarmed at the threats this mysterious new planet poses to Earth from the time it was first discovered by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, in 2005, to the final confirmation of its existence by California Institute of Technology, Caltech, scientists, January 2016. Adding to Russia's fears about this mysterious planet was the secret NASA information about it supplied by Federation authorities by NASA computer expert Lloyd Albright in 1999, and U.S. astronaut and Navy Captain Lisa Nowak in 2007. That was so fearful, Albright hid himself in a cave, and Nowak told her Russian interviewers, quote, "They won't tell anyone the truth," and "I've never believed the Bible, but now I have to," end quote. The new appendix added today, the report says, comes from Daniel Whitmire, PhD, retired professor of physics from the University of Louisiana, who in a scientific paper written for Oxford University's monthly notices of the Royal Astronautics Society, claims that this mysterious planet he calls by the ancient Sumerian name of Nibiru has all but arrived at our neck of the woods, and that the destruction brought about by its gravitational trickery will take place this month, as it's done numerous times before every time it passes by. Dr. Scientist Whitmire and his colleague John Matisse first published research on the connection between this mysterious planet and the mass extinction on Earth in the journal Nature in 1985. So this report continues, and which this past January Caltech researchers estimated its size as being a tremendous, huge, 10 times the mass of the Earth. However, both Dr. Scientist Whitmire and Caltech researchers agree that this mysterious new planet now exists in our solar system. They disagree on its present orbit. ADF scientists, in their report, note that the orbital mechanics of this mysterious planet are less to be considered than the electromagnetically caused chaos it will represent in our solar system, which on Earth, they say, could be manifested in violent and increased earthquakes, massive volcanic explosions, and weather disasters caused by changes, that's increase and decreases of sunspots to our sun, not to mention the hundreds, if not thousands, of asteroids that could impact Earth. Important to note is that, unlike Western scientists who adhere to the non-proven gravitational theory of our universe, Russian scientists ascribe to the electrical theory, creating for these two bodies of experts an incompatible gulf of knowledge that cannot ever be bridged. I'll leave a link below for you for this Article April 10th.
Here on Earth fluctuate with the movement of this planet in our solar system. He further explains that the planets around the brown dwarf orbit this dark star. The precise position of the planets and the system itself dictate how the Nibiru system impacts Earth at any given moment in time. As it grows close, changes will be more widespread and pronounced. In recent months, a growing number of whistleblowers have come out to speak publicly about Iran. This is because Nibiru is on an elongated elliptical orbit relative to our southern hemisphere. So people living in this part of the world would see Nibiru first, and they shall also be the first to experience whatever Nibiru brings with it. And it's not bringing anything good. The Ronnie ice shelf will likely break off the continent and drift into the Weddell Sea. This will cause enormous icebergs to drift toward New Zealand. As the ice reaches warmer waters, it will rapidly melt, causing a significant rise in sea level. To give you an idea of the significance of such an event if it were to take place, and recent data from these locations suggest that this is happening now and at an accelerated rate. Take a look at this video of what our future continents may look like. Largest at 487,000 square kilometers, roughly the size of France, may also separate from the continent, causing mountainous clusters of ice to float south towards New Zealand and Australia. Polar storms, unlike any the world has seen, will ravage the continent in conjunction with a marked increase in seismic and volcanic activity. Mount Sippel, one of Antarctica's largest active volcanoes, is certain to erupt, sending a plume of deadly ash into the atmosphere. This will be the start of a pole shift. Large earthquakes will ripple across the continent. Add to that multiple super eruptions. This will shake Antarctica to its very foundation. And this is just the beginning. What happens in Antarctica is merely a precursor for what will happen across the entire globe. The devastation will start there, then rapidly spread. Scientists who are aware and who know of this approaching system have indicated that those living in the southern hemisphere will be the first to witness its destruction, but that those who live in the northern hemisphere should be prepared for what's coming, as the geography of North America will be forever changed by the rising sea levels and tsunamis that will affect all three coastlines of the United States. Those living in large metropolitan areas near coastlines will be affected in unimaginable ways by these drastic changes, as the coastlines of the United States will be several hundred miles inland from their current locations. It may be interesting to note that this data matches warnings issued by other Nibiru whistleblowers and researchers. Renegade astronomer Paul Cox and Nibiru enthusiast John Moore have released maps depicting North America's post-Nibiru coastlines. I know this all sounds horrible and almost unbelievable. This depiction is what we would call a perfect nightmare scenario for millions of people. But it is important that you remember one thing above all else. Humans have a strong desire to survive. So although lives will be changed in the blink of an eye by what approaches, life will continue on this planet in one form or another, as it always has.
I say to you quite tastelessly,
or another, as it always has. I would like to direct your attention to a few very intriguing images and videos that I received just recently. Now, I would encourage you to continue sending your images and video captures to our Facebook page at the address shown here. You can also send them private email on our YouTube account by clicking on the About icon located on our channel page shown below. The first image captured from the Soho Imaging website on September the 16th is showing a massive object just below the ecliptic plane, which is shaped similar to a comet. Now, if we enlarge this object, you will notice that immediately behind this giant comet-like object is a trail of debris, meteors and asteroids, and then a cluster of planets and smaller objects following in a serpentine formation or a double helix formation, what some have called the string of pearls. Now, if this satellite image has indeed captured this complex of planets, or the Nemesis system, then the notion that it has entered our inner solar system, as Marshall Masters and Major Ed Dames and other Nibiru researchers are now claiming, then this could be very well true. Once the system crosses the ecliptic plane, its movement will be more rapid, and it will become more visible in both the daylight and the evening sky. On September 2nd, an incredible video capture of the blue Kachina was recorded in the evening sky. Take a look at these extraordinary images seen from a distance and then enlarged. This fits the description of the blue star as described by the Hopi tribe. Now take a look at the image once again in this photo. To the right is the actual object that was observed. But if you look at the ancient inscription to the left, you will notice how remarkably similar the circled inscription is to the formation of the observed object. These images are absolutely astonishing and irrefutably undeniable. Finally, I wanted to share this September 14th video captured by a skywatcher that actually considers himself to be a diehard skeptic of Planet X. He says that after viewing what he captured outside on video on a moonlight night, he has to admit that there is something out there that he cannot explain away. Furthermore, he says that the object appears to be moving slowly towards us. Now, obviously, what he has picked up cannot possibly be as close as between the Earth and the Moon. But what he has captured certainly resembles a planet. And if you look closely at the movement of the clouds in the background, you will notice that they pass in front of this very large entity. So folks, there are some very strange things appearing in the heavens, which we just cannot explain. Images of this incoming system are becoming more prevalent each passing day, and it's up to each of us to be more vigilant and observant in the days ahead. Whatever is happening now is an ominous sign, a warning of what is coming our way. These signs are given to us so that we may warn others of the dangers that lie ahead, so that we may gain the courage and the fortitude to prepare ourselves both mentally and physically for what lies